Hey Cowboys Nation! Today we are diving into a move that has generated a lot of discussion among fans and analysts alike, a trade that brought Logan Wilson to the Dallas Cowboys. From the very first glance, this addition seems like a calculated and strategic step for a team constantly aiming to optimize its roster. The cost of the trade, a seventh-round pick, really frames the conversation. When you consider the investment, it is minimal, almost negligible in the grand scheme of team building. For a franchise that consistently seeks ways to improve without taking reckless financial risks, acquiring a player of Wilson's caliber for such a low draft cost can easily be viewed as a win. Even if he does not transform the defense overnight, his experience and track record suggest he will be able to contribute meaningfully in key areas. This is particularly true for his abilities as a run defender, where he has historically excelled, consistently posting strong tackling numbers and making decisive plays when opportunities arise. While he may not be the most dynamic coverage linebacker in the league, his past shows he is capable of making timely interceptions and contributing in critical situations. Now, looking at the contract side of the deal, this is where things get even more appealing. For the remainder of this season, Wilson is under team control at a figure just shy of $3 million, which in today's NFL landscape is incredibly reasonable. This allows the Cowboys to integrate him into their defensive system without creating any significant cap concerns. Moving forward into the next season, Wilson's non-guaranteed contract of $6.5 million, followed by just over $7 million the year after, provides flexibility and optionality. If Wilson can return to the form he showed in the earlier stages of his career, Dallas has a player locked in at a manageable price, someone who can stabilize the linebacker room and offer veteran insight. Conversely, if the fit does not work or if his performance declines, the team has the freedom to move on without significant financial burden. This structure, a low-risk, high-reward approach, is the kind of roster management strategy that allows teams to experiment, adjust, and improve while minimizing long-term consequences. On the field, Logan Wilson brings several tangible strengths. His history as a tackling machine is well documented. Year after year, he has proven to be productive against the run, displaying a consistent ability to read plays and make critical stops. Additionally, he has demonstrated flashes of coverage skills, occasionally turning heads with interceptions or key deflections at important moments. While he is not a coverage specialist by any means, he provides versatility that can be valuable in specific defensive packages. Comparing him directly to Kenneth Murray, the differences are noticeable. While Murray has shown potential, Wilson represents a more reliable and experienced option, someone who can contribute immediately and who has a track record of productivity even when not at his absolute peak. He can slot in at the middle linebacker position, giving the Cowboys flexibility to rotate personnel based on down and distance, matchup considerations, or injury substitutions. This depth is critical over a long season where defensive performance can be heavily influenced by health and stamina. Beyond pure statistics, there is also the psychological impact of acquiring Wilson. Removing a player who has been inconsistent and bringing in a veteran presence can improve the overall mental state of the team. Confidence in the linebacker room can lead to cleaner execution across the defense, with each player trusting that their teammates can perform their roles effectively. Defensive play, after all, is an ecosystem. A strong middle linebacker can elevate the performance of those around him, from defensive ends to safeties, because the unit can operate with more cohesion and reliability. Wilson entering this system may see an immediate boost simply by being in an environment with better surrounding talent, better coaching alignment, and a more structured defensive approach. Even if his individual performance mirrors previous seasons, the overall impact on the team can still be significant. The trade also reflects a broader strategic vision from Dallas front office. By targeting a player like Wilson, the team demonstrates a clear understanding of positional needs and the value of experience. It shows a willingness to prioritize smart acquisitions over flashy, high-cost options that carry risk. While some may argue that a seventh-round pick is a small price, it is precisely the kind of low-cost acquisition that can yield substantial dividends when executed correctly. Historically, players who are acquired in these types of trades often provide an immediate impact, not just through their own performance, but by creating competitive depth, raising the level of practice intensity, and offering mentorship to younger players. Wilson fits into all of these categories, making him a multidimensional addition to the roster. When considering potential downside, it is worth noting that Wilson has experienced a slight decline in certain areas. While he remains productive, there is acknowledgement that he may have lost a half step compared to his peak years. However, this is not uncommon for players who have spent multiple seasons in the league, and a change in environment can sometimes reignite performance levels. Dallas provides a more structured, supportive defensive framework than what he experienced previously, which could allow him to maximize his abilities once again. Furthermore, defensive schemes are highly interconnected. When a player joins a unit with complementary talent, their performance often improves as a result of better alignment, communication, and shared responsibilities. In this sense, Wilson's move to Dallas could be as much about fit and ecosystem as about pure skill. Another layer to consider is the Cowboys' depth and flexibility at linebacker. With Wilson entering the mix, the team can explore creative rotations, situational packages, and coverage substitutions that were previously limited. This type of versatility is invaluable, especially as the season progresses and teams encounter injuries, fatigue, or strategic adjustment from opponents. The ability to interchange players without compromising defensive integrity allows the coaching staff to be more aggressive and adaptive in-game. This creates a ripple effect across the defense, with each player having clear responsibilities and the freedom to execute confidently, knowing the supporting cast is reliable. Overall, Logan Wilson's arrival in Dallas represents a calculated and strategically sound move. It addresses a positional need, brings a veteran presence into the lineup, and does so with minimal financial risk. While he may not be the most glamorous acquisition of the season, the potential upside, combined with the flexibility and depth he provides, positions the Cowboys to maintain a strong, adaptable, and competitive defense. The trade underscores a commitment to making shrewd decisions that prioritize both immediate performance and long-term roster health, showing that the front office is thinking ahead while balancing short-term gains. As we continue to break down Logan Wilson's addition to the Cowboys, it's important to take a closer look at how he fits into the broader defensive scheme and what kind of impact he could have over the course of the season. One of the biggest benefits of this trade is the mental clarity it brings to the linebacker room. Having a player with Wilson's experience and tackling ability creates a sense of stability, and that often translates into cleaner execution on the field. When linebackers trust the player next to them to cover their responsibilities, it allows them to focus more on their own assignments, which can reduce blown coverages and missed tackles. This kind of intangible improvement can be just as significant as raw statistics, and it's something that often goes unnoticed by casual observers. From a physical standpoint, Wilson brings solid tackling mechanics, reliable positioning, and the ability to read plays quickly. He has a knack for being in the right place at the right time, especially against the run. While he may not be the fastest linebacker in coverage, his instincts often compensate for any slight decrease in speed. Over the years, he has shown that he can anticipate offensive schemes, step up in key moments, and make stops when it matters most. That level of football IQ is invaluable for a team like Dallas, which aims to create a disciplined, well-coordinated defense capable of minimizing mistakes and maximizing turnovers. The flexibility Wilson brings also allows for more creative defensive rotations. With him in the middle, the Cowboys can experiment with sub-packages that might have been less feasible in previous seasons. Younger linebackers and depth players can rotate in without creating confusion, because Wilson provides a reliable anchor around which the rest of the defense can operate. This type of leadership on the field is subtle but critical. Coaches often talk about football glue, the players who hold everything together, and Wilson fits that description. He may not make the highlight reel every week, but his presence ensures that assignments are executed more consistently, and that reduces opportunities for opponents to exploit mismatches. It's also worth considering the environment change. Moving from a struggling defense to a more structured system can have a rejuvenating effect on a player. Wilson is entering a Dallas defense with a clear identity, coaching staff focused on fundamentals, and teammates who are capable and experienced. This type of environment can amplify his strengths and mitigate some of the areas where he may have shown decline in previous seasons. The ecosystem around him allows for a level of comfort and confidence that can lead to better overall performance, which is something Dallas is counting on. When players feel supported, understood, and properly positioned, their output often improves significantly, even without dramatic changes in individual skill. Another consideration is how this trade positions the Cowboys financially and strategically for future seasons. By acquiring Wilson for a seventh-round pick and a manageable contract, Dallas maintains cap flexibility and roster maneuverability. They are not committing to an expensive long-term deal, which leaves room to address other areas of the defense or make additional moves if the opportunity arises. Essentially, they've acquired a potentially high-value contributor without restricting their options. That kind of foresight is indicative of a front office thinking not just about the current season, but about sustained competitiveness over the next several years. From a fan perspective, this move also helps generate optimism and excitement. Trades can be disruptive, especially when players leave, but bringing in someone like Wilson signals that the team is serious about strengthening the defense. It creates a sense of progress, a tangible step forward, and gives fans something concrete to discuss and analyze. The addition of Wilson also provides talking points about scheme adjustments, coverage rotations, and in-game tactics, which enhances engagement and provides insight into the strategic thinking of the coaching staff. Looking ahead, it will be fascinating to see how Wilson integrates with the rest of the linebacker group and the defensive unit as a whole. The Cowboys now have the ability to tailor matchups, assign roles more strategically, and provide coverage support where is most needed. This type of positional depth is essential over a long season when injuries, fatigue, and game plan adjustments inevitably come into play. Wilson's versatility means that he can step into different roles depending on the situation, giving the team a level of adaptability that is often overlooked but crucial for consistent defensive performance. Ultimately, the Logan Wilson trade represents a smart balance of risk and reward. He is a player with proven abilities, a reasonable contract, and the experience to make an immediate impact. The trade also provides long-term options, depth, and flexibility, which are invaluable for a team competing at a high level. The combination of his skill set, football intelligence, and the supportive defensive environment in Dallas creates the potential for a significant positive influence on the team's overall performance. While some may debate the nuances of the trade, the strategic thinking behind it is clear: acquire talent where is needed, minimize risk, and create an environment where players can succeed. As the season progresses, we will be able to evaluate the real-world impact of this move, both statistically and in terms of team cohesion. Logan Wilson has the opportunity to step into a key role, stabilize the linebacker room, and contribute to a defense that aims to be one of the most disciplined and effective in the league. His ability to read plays, make stops, and provide leadership on the field will be critical. And if he can perform as expected, this trade will be remembered as a smart, low-cost addition that strengthened the Dallas Cowboys in multiple dimensions. With depth, versatility, and experience now added to the linebacker core, the Cowboys are better positioned to handle the challenges of the season ahead, and Wilson's presence could be a defining factor in their defensive success. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. In a move that no one saw coming, the Dallas Cowboys have reportedly parted ways with quarterback Dak Prescott, a decision that has set the entire NFL world ablaze with speculation and disbelief. According to multiple inside whispers coming out of Frisco, the franchise and its longtime signal caller reached a mutual agreement to part ways, though few are buying the official narrative. Prescott, the face of the Cowboys for nearly a decade, was more than just a quarterback. He was the emotional heartbeat of a locker room, a leader who carried the star on his helmet with pride and resilience. From comeback wins to playoff heartbreaks, Dak's journey defined a generation of Cowboys football. And now, just like that, it seems to be over. Fans woke up to the news in utter disbelief. Social media exploded with reactions ranging from outrage to heartbreak, with hashtags like hashtag #ThankYouDak and hashtag CowboysGoss trending within minutes. Many are calling it the biggest shakeup in the franchise since Tony Romo's retirement. Inside sources suggest that months of quiet tension between Prescott's camp and team executives may have finally boiled over. Rumors point to disagreements about contract restructuring and future direction. Some say Dak wanted more commitment. Others claim the front office is ready to turn the page and start fresh. Still, the timing of the decision, right in the heart of the season, has left analysts and fans scratching their heads. Who takes the reins now? That's the burning question. With no clear successor waiting in the wings, speculation is rampant that the Cowboys could be eyeing a blockbuster trade or a surprise free agent signing. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.